Yo, so what is up everybody on YouTube? We are back today with a brand new video, and for today's video, we are going to be rebuilding the Dallas Mavericks. Now, the first rebuild we did on 2K20, it got a lot of love. The Wizards rebuild is doing really good, so if you guys didn't check that out already, it's going to be up in the cards above right now, so definitely click that if you haven't seen it yet. So for today's video, we are going to be doing our second rebuild of NBA 2K20. And we have a super young, good core here in Dallas. So this should be a really fun rebuild. Hopefully we can go on to win a lot of championships. And if you guys don't already know how these rebuilds work, you get 3 years, a 3-season window to try and win at least one NBA championship. If you don't win, then you do not pass the challenge. And if you win, you obviously beat the challenge. So, also, to go along with that, I'm not going to try and make any... So, we're going to try and keep it somewhat realistic, but, we're going to use kind of what the computer can give us via Trade Finder and try and pick up some decent named free agents over the offseason. Obviously, we're going to try, the first season and try and keep this team somewhat the same. See how it does, just so we kind of have a rule of thumb of how bad this team was and how good we can get it. So obviously they have a young stud there in Luka Doncic, and obviously Kristaps Porzingis. If he can come back and even be 90% of what he was over in New York, then he'll be insane for this team. Also, before we actually really hop into this, definitely smash that like button and hit subscribe if you're new for more NBA 2K20 content. We make a few videos a week, and we really are trying to hit that big 1K soon. So definitely smash those buttons if you haven't already. But let me just kind of go on. The rest of this team, though, there is a lot of things that I don't really necessarily love about this team. Some contracts that aren't the best. Dwight Powell on $11 million is not necessarily what I want from my team, but it's okay for now, I guess. The only real trade move I really want to make is just get JJ Barea out of here, get some type of compensation for him. He's already 35, and with guys like Delon Wright and Seth Curry now being on the team, there's no real good rotation minutes for JJ Barea left on this Dallas team. So I'm looking through the trades. That's a first round pick with some type of protections on it. I'll just take that. It gives me more value than what I would get from JJ Barea not playing at all and riding the bench, but I do want Jalen Brunson to actually start. I don't expect Jalen Brunson to develop into something crazy, but I can see him as like a mid to low 80 overall point guard in the league, maybe like an 82, 83 overall, kind of like a DJ Augustine, Darren Collison, those type of guys. Nothing too crazy. I definitely liked him a lot at Villanova, though. Do not get me wrong, because I am a Villanova fan at the end of the day. But so we got Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson, Tim Hardaway Jr., Kristaps Porzingis, and Dwight Powell at the 5. So definitely not exactly what we want going on, but next year we are going to make a whole lot of improvements. I'm assuming this team won't win too many games, and they're actually starting Boban at the 5 right now, which is kind of interesting. But I don't expect this team to win too many games, but you really never know with the 2K sim. We have about a 3.5 star proficiency. Let's kind of look at the power rankings, see where they think we'll be at. So the power rankings have us at number 23. So they definitely don't think we're going to be that great. But we're going to sim through the first season and kind of see what's going on. So here we are at the end of Season 1. As you can see, to nobody's surprise, Giannis got MVP, and Ja Morant did win Rookie of the Year over Zion. Looking at the All-NBA teams, we really didn't even have anyone on it in this first season, which is kind of a bummer. And the Jazz are actually the first seed in the West with 60 wins, which does surprise me a little bit. And they're starting Zach Randolph, kind of crazy that Zebo is carrying them still. I'm just playing. But as you can see, we obviously were not a very good team this year. But we did get some pretty big stat lines from our two big guys. 23.6 points per game for Luka Doncic, followed by 22.6 from Porzingis, and even Jalen Brunson putting up just about 13 a game is definitely something that will be helpful towards his development and trying to get him to be a very solid role player, or maybe a low-level starter at the point guard position for us. Kind of looking around the league, who's doing what. Luke is among the top small forwards in the league, and Porzingis is the top scoring power forward in the NBA currently. But obviously, unfortunately, we did not make playoffs in this first year, so we are going to make a lot of changes. We simmed through, and it is a Sixers versus Lakers final, 3-2, and the Lakers take it 4-2, with LeBron getting yet another Finals MVP after dropping 35 points in Game 6. But here we are now. We are actually in the offseason, which is going to be a huge time for this team. We definitely have to make some moves. A lot of these guys won't be on the team next year. I'm sorry, Mavs fans. Don't kill me down in the comments. But there's some contracts I really don't like that you guys did take on that we are going to have to change. Obviously, Dwight Powell being one of them. I don't think that he's worth about $10.19 million a year. It's not really what I think that his value is. And I think that we could get people probably better for $10 million a year. So right now we're just kind of looking through trade offers, trying to find somebody that we would want to trade here, but there's really not that many great offers. We're just testing the market, maybe get rid of Seth Curry. We have an abundance of point guards, as Jalen Brunson is getting a little bit better and better, so we still have Seth Curry and we have DeLon Wright. But I think Seth Curry would be the odd man out. I'd rather keep DeLon Wright and Jalen Brunson. So if we could get a decent deal for Seth Curry, then I'd be willing to take it. Pat Bev's not a bad one, but then again, we don't need another point guard. So I think I'm going to try and do this one. Bring in DeMarre Carroll. He's a solid wing player, and if I could get him and maybe they throw in a second instead of me too, then I'll probably take that. So let's see if we can get them to take it, add a second round pick, because why not? A little bit extra value for us, and bang, we get them. So DeMarre Carroll, welcome to the squad. But thankfully for our bad pick, we are going to be able to get an automatic starter for our team in this draft, because we obviously did not do great, and we actually came out of the lottery with the second overall pick, which is definitely huge. So first overall, they take James Wiseman. That easily could have been our guy if he fell. We could use some help at the center position, but now we're going to be stuck with this decision at pick 2. Do we want LaMelo Ball or Anthony Edwards? And the answer for me is going to probably be Anthony Edwards. I use LaMelo Ball all the time. I feel like he's always drafted to me in these sims. So I feel like this time we're going to change it up. We're going to go Anthony Edwards, get a nice 2-guard to help out this squad. He'll be starting alongside Luka. And here we are after what we kind of did in the offseason. So we got Jalen Brunson, Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic, Kristaps Porzingis, Willie Cauley-Stein, Andre Roberson off the bench, who we're actually going to convert to a small forward because he will go up some overall, and we definitely can use his bench, his defense off the bench, not his bench off the defense, my bad. But we have an okay squad now, so we definitely should be a playoff team this upcoming season, at least. Our team's definitely just getting more solid, kind of playing around, see who moves what, position-wise. If it's not something too drastic, it's really not worth it for us to do. There's not really too many guys that are probably going to get affected very much by this. Let's see what Maxi Kleber... He goes up to a 79 overall at the 4. So I'm actually going to put Maxi Kleber at the 4 now. He's going to play more of a stretch big at the 4 instead of having to play all the down-low games at the 5. So I think that will actually help him out a bunch. Coming off the bench and kind of do the same role that Kristaps actually does for us. And we're still only at that 3.5 star proficiency, but it's okay. Hopefully we moved up a bit in the power rankings, and we are actually down 1 from last year, which is insane. They are disrespecting our squad heavily, which I don't understand, because we did get a lot better this offseason. Now getting ourselves a better center in Willie Cauley-Stein, getting ourselves a young GOAT in Anthony Edwards. Jalen Brunson, Luka, and Kristaps are all still the same. We got some better bench depth. I don't know why they would disrespect us and put us even lower, but it is okay because we can handle it. But we did start off actually a little bit worse than I was hoping we would. So I think we might have to make a move. We don't really need Tim Hardaway Jr. at this point because we now have Anthony Edwards. So I think we're going to have to make a move here. We're going to have to pull the trigger on something because we can't be going as bad as we started off this season, boys. So I'm looking for a trade. This is probably the one we're going to go with. We're going to bring Dennis Schroeder to the squad. It is going to take a little bit away from Jalen Brunson, but they'll pretty much be split in time. It'll be roundabout. Jalen Brunson's still going to get his like over 20 minutes a game, but that should help us out a lot, honestly. Tim Hardaway Jr. was doing us no good, and now we have another good rotational point guard. So we're simming through. I still see a lot of losses, which is a big issue for us. We can't be having that. We need to go on a crazy winning streak, which we are starting to pop off. There's a whole lot of wins in this month right here, so we'll take it. we should definitely still be a playoff team with all these wins that we just cracked off as of recent. So here we are at the end of the season. Anthony Davis gets MVP, which is actually surprising because it's usually always Giannis or Zion. Rookie of the Year goes to LaMelo Ball, so maybe we made the wrong decision in drafting Anthony Edwards, but who knows? Brett Brown does get himself Coach of the Year. Looking at the All-NBA first team, we don't have anyone. All-NBA second team, we do. We have Kristaps Porzingis representing the Dallas Mavericks at the 4, and on the All-NBA third team, we do get our boy Luka Doncic on there. So looking at the All-Rookie teams, our boy's actually not on the All-Rookie first team, which is kind of surprising. He's on the All-Rookie second team. So here we are, the moment of truth. We did make playoffs. We were the 7th seed, but we still honestly didn't even do that bad for being a 7th seed. 44 wins is not bad for a 7th seed. I'm guessing the East must have been really weak this year, as they were with having teams making the playoffs with as low as 37 wins as their 8th seed, which is insane. Kristaps Porzingis goes off this season, 28.3 points per game and 7.7 rebounds per game is insane. Luka also has a very solid season. Anthony Edwards, 15 points per game. Schroeder doing his thing, but that is insane what Kristaps did this year. It's honestly great to see. He's moving back into his ways he was in New York, honestly. I think that's better than any stat line he ever put up in New York. Looking at the team stats, we are one of the better teams in the league when it comes to point differential, which you do like to see. Obviously, we don't have one of the top point guards in the league. As far as anything goes, really. At the 2-guard position, we also don't have that. We can't say that. But at the small forward position, we do have number 5 in points, and we do have actually number 2 in assists, which is very nice. Porzingis is blowing everyone out of the water with that big points per game at the power forward position. And obviously, our center game is a little bit lacking. Willie Cauley-Stein actually did not have that great of a year for us at all. As far as rebounds go, he's 31st overall in rebounds per game, which is definitely a tough scene. We definitely need more rebounding help here in Dallas. So first round, we do have a tough matchup. We're up against Russ and Harden in the first round. So I can't give us any promises. I really hope our team decides to pull out. They get the 2-0 lead, the 3-0 lead, and unfortunately, they got the broomsticks out. We were swept 4-0. We tried our best. Luka had 24, but Russ put up 38 points for the win. It was a tough team, and I didn't really expect us to win. The finals this year is actually the Nets versus the Suns. Very interesting. And the Suns take the lead. The Suns win 4-2 in a 6-game win over the Nets, with Devin Booker getting himself his first finals MVP and finals in general. Ayton also put up 28 points that game. So, I mean, it's honestly kind of insane seeing the Suns on the come up like that. But here we are. This is the last year, guys. This is make or break. This is make or break coming up. Can we make playoffs? You'll see what our team's looking like now. We made some moves. Dennis Schroeder, Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic, Porzingis. We did go out and get Steven Adams in free agency. Roberson's still off the bench. Jalen Brunson, Maxi Kleber. We got JJ Redick and Dwayne Dedmon over the offseason from free agency. So we definitely made very big moves off the bench that could help us out a ton. We're still only at that 3.5-star proficiency, but the power rankings did put a little bit more respect on our name, putting us top 10 at the number 9 position. But I think we're going to blow that out of the water this year, guys. I really do. We have a super, super, super talented squad in Dallas this year. And while it's simming, if you guys didn't already, smack that like button real quick. Let's try and hit the big 20 likes on this video for another rebuild. And if you have a team you want me to rebuild or a video idea, definitely drop it down in the comments section right about now. That'll help your boy out a ton. So we definitely are a playoff team this year. We went absolutely crazy. And for a second year straight, Anthony Davis gets MVP of the league with the Lakers. Kind of crazy to see. Bol goes and gets himself 6th man of the year. By the way, Bol is already up to an 83 overall in this sim, which is kind of insane. And if that happens in real life, if he gets that good, so many teams are going to regret passing up on him. First team, we don't have anyone. Second team, we don't have anyone. Third team, we do have Luka Doncic, which we will take. No Porzingis this year, but after his season last year, I can't complain. He was averaging 28 points per game at our power forward position. And bang, this year we have the 4th seed in the West, tied in with wins with the one and only Golden State Warriors. So we definitely did something right, boys. 24.8 this season for Porzingis, along with a 6.3, a little step back, but hey, it's still a really impressive stat line from the power forward position. Luka Doncic, 18.5, 6.9 rebounds per game, and 8.5 assists per game. Jalen Brunson starting to get really good with about 18 points per game. And Steven Adams a little lackluster, but hey, he didn't need to do too much. Our team's looking really, really good. They actually have us as the 5th best team as far as wins and losses go. Points per game, we actually were the 3rd highest scorer in the whole league, points per game wise, which is huge. Definitely love to see it. So first round, we are unfortunately up against that same Rockets squad. So hopefully maybe our little upgrade in Steven Adams and our improved bench can take down Russ, Harden, and the team. I don't know if we can. I really hope so, but we'll see. They start off 1-0. We get a game in it this time. We're not getting swept at least. They get another game. They take it 3-1. Let's try and play with this proficiency. See if there's something I could change. I can get us 4 stars. If we play balanced. So we're going to try that. See if that can help us out. Oh, we get another game back, boys. Come on. Oh, we fought this time, boys. We fell down 4-2 instead of 4-0. 35 points from Harden. 22 points from... we had 22 points from Jalen Brunson. Okay, Jalen Brunson. You love to see it. But, we tried our hardest. Obviously, this rebuilding challenge was a fail, but we did bring a 30-win team to about a 50-win team. So we upgraded them by 20 wins in 3 seasons, which I'll definitely take. Technically 2 seasons if you think about it. But the finals here, you have the Nuggets versus the Hawks, which is definitely an interesting one. And while this is simming, please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you make it this far, please just drop a like, boys. It helps your boy out a ton. The Hawks are your champions in a 7-game series. If you enjoyed this video, definitely smash that like button like I said. I'll talk to y'all. Peace. Have a blessed day. Bye.